Hi, I'm Margot Edwards. I was born and bred on the Gold Coast. My relationship with the Playroom started probably from when I was 3 and drove past it. My big sister and brother were going there, and I'm going, when I grow up, I'm going to go there every night too. And my dreams came true, and we did. We went there, the big bands were playing, and we were there as often as we could. We were there all the time. It was just a great meeting place. I was nursing, so I was on shift work. My brother was a chef. We'd all meet there at 11 o'clock, meet at the Playroom at 11 o'clock, and all the shift workers of the coast would all go in there and catch up. If there was a big band on, we'd all have to make sure we got the night off. I became aware of the body painting at the Playroom because I was there for the very first one. And Steve Sheridan, who was the resident DJ at the Playroom, he was dressed in a white pinstripe suit, and Miss You was one of the #1 songs at the time by Mick Jagger. And Steve got up there and did all the moves, and the whole place screamed, and he won it. And I remember being in the crowd going, I want to do this next year. So the second annual body painting was one I decided I was going to go into. So a few of us got together and like, okay, how are we going to win this? And we'd seen that Steve had won it the year before with a #1 song. So we go, right, what's a great #1 song? And it was AC/DC's TNT. That was topping the charts. So where I live, the guy who lived on the flat on top of me, he was the sound and lighting engineer for the Playroom. He's going, that'd be great, I can have explosions going off. And so we were sort of bringing that all together, and then, what was going to be the catch? And it was actually Kaz who decided to have the arm come into the guitar bit. So we knew Paul, who could paint a bit. Then I had to do the silly dance around stuff, and I was quite happy to do that, bit of an exhibitionist. You had to be at the Playroom by 4 if you were in it, so I met Paul the painter there, and we were taken upstairs behind the stage, and there was just this sea of people painting and freneticness going on. And then you had to go downstairs, and when it was your turn, the song would come on, and you had to get out stage and do stuff. And it was very exciting for me because everyone I went to school with was there cheering me on. It was a packed venue that night. And I came out and everyone screamed, and then when Mick had the bombs set up, every time it was TNT, it's dynamite, these bombs would go off and people were going, yay! And it was a lot on crowd participation, and everyone cheered me on, and it was a great atmosphere. Mum and Dad are pharmacists in Palm Beach, and everyone watches the news, and it was on the news that Margot Laird had won the body painting, and everyone knew that was the pharmacist's daughter. So people were going in saying, oh, can't believe your daughter had her clothes off being painted. Yeah, so Mum was very unhappy, very disappointed. And then I got to work and Matron had found out about it. So she was probably more upset than my mother that the patients were being looked after by someone who'd take their clothes off and be painted. So she threatened to take away my nursing career, but she didn't. It was just a threat to probably settle me back down and stop doing outrageous things, which I took heed to because I was very interested in my nursing, still am. The Playroom was like our community centre for our era. Everybody went there. I'm so upset for my kids. My kids are 18 and 20 now, and they don't have anything like that they can go to. So, they go to tattoo parlours, I think, these days to get their kicks. Well, we went out and saw live bands, so much money we put into the stuff, so bands flourished. Now there's just no live venues for the kids to go to. A little backwater, like the Shed or something in back of Burleigh, these little independent bands coming up, but nothing big. You have to go to the huge venues now, and in our days it was up the road for $2. In you go and see everyone that was on the top 10. And very disappointing for the kids of today that they can't do that. It was a great place.